Today we're going to cover annotation, and annotation means text onto your drawing. Before we do that, maybe we will create a little a title block for our presentation. Okay, so I guess right now I'm in this front right here. I'm going to select this one with the section, and let me offset through maybe 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch, and offset the whatchamacallit, the viewport border that we made. Okay, and then I'll turn this into another layer, and I should probably make another layer called title block or something like that. So let's go to, here's how I am going to name this thing. Okay, PS hyphen. PS will stand for what I'm doing. PS will stand for paper space. Okay, hyphen TB for title block. Okay, and change that to whatever color that we want. I'm going to select 7 as mine, and let that be the current layer. PSTB. Select that line that I just had and put it into that layer. Okay. Oops. Somehow I got my properties all screwed up here. No, I did not. This thing is, it copied the last characters of the line type, so I'm going to put that back to continuous, and that should be okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Now I am going to create a section that is about 3/4 of an inch from this bottom here. So I will use a line, offset 3/4 of an inch, and then bring this line back down to the perpendicular of that line, erasing my guidelines. Okay, and that'll be the area that I will put my my information in there. Okay, like your name, what project this is and such, what class this might be in. Okay, so when you look at the AutoCAD screen, you'll see this in the ribbon. Okay, this is the annotation. If you open that, it kind of tells you, okay, it's standard text. This is the dimension stuff. This is a leader thing. Great. If you click on here, you have a multi-line text and you have a single line text option. This this is the options for when you do dimensioning. Okay, and this is the option to do the leaders, which means that you call out some materials or what. Okay. However, this is just a small little choices of this tab right here, which is the Annotate tab. If you click on that, it has a full spectrum of pretty much the same thing that you just saw. You have your text tools, you have your dimension tools, you have your leaders, and you have a few others, tables, markup, the revision cloud, those little cloud looking things that you do when you make changes to your drawing. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is to set your text. Okay. Right now it's in standard text. If I start typing at a standard text, single line, let's select this. Actually, let me go back to the Home tab and make a new layer called PS hyphen text. Okay, and set that as a current layer. And back to the annotate. I guess I could have just done that. If I select the text, single line text option, I can click on the workspace, and notice down here it'll say specify height. Okay, right now it is 3/16. 3/16 is a common height to use for construction drawing. Okay, so whenever you see a construction drawing with all these notations on it, usually it's probably using the 3/16 inch high text font. Okay, so if I say accept, which means enter, the next line is specify the angle. So that'll take our line of text and either put it to a specific angle, or if you just want the 0 angle, just say enter. And then you'll see the little cursor on there, and then you can start typing away. Let's see. This is a test. Okay. This text right here, what I should have done was make it into a height, actual height. If I measure it, I'll just eyeball measure the thing. From here to here, it is 3/16 inch high. Okay, that is your standard font that's gonna come out of the box on the AutoCAD. Let's say you're gonna use 2 or 3 specific heights for your text. Okay, you can set that up. You can set up a text style. If you look over here, there's list of text that's given as a default. However, if you expand right on the corner of the text ribbon portion, you'll get a text style dialog box. We have here standard, which is what we just wrote our text in, and the fonts, you have choices of whatever. The Arial is fine. We want to keep our fonts as clean as possible, similar to probably like a Helvetica font, which Arial is somewhat closest akin to. Style, which means bold, italic, regular. We'll keep it at regular right now. Okay. To set a different or new text style, I could click on this button that says New. Okay, and here I will be asked to name that file. So I am going to name it Arial. Okay, just so that I know what font that I used, and space 1-2. Okay, why I named it that is because what I really wanted to name it was 1/2 for 1/2 inch text height. If I try that and say OK, it's going to say, dude, you can't use those special symbols. Okay, so that is why I replaced the divide mark with a hyphen. Okay, so if I say OK to that, that guy appears right there. Arial is fine, regular is fine, but the height, I'm going to change that to 1/2 inch. Okay, the width factor, I could change that if I wanted to make it narrower or fatter if I want, but I will keep this as is right now. Effects, do I want the text upside down or backwards? No, not really. So I'm going to set this as, have this highlighted, and I'm going to set this as my current. Okay, so and then I close, and this now is my current text style. If I go over here again and select a space, click on a space anywhere on the screen, now instead of asking me what height do I want it, it already gave that to me because I'm already using the Arial 1/2. Text height is already 1/2 inch. No justify left and all that blah blah blah. And right here it only gives me, hey, specify the angle that you want to print or type in, and I'll just keep it as 0. And then when I then it's asking me for what do I want to type. So I'll say, let's see, 1/2 inch Arial font used. Enter twice, and then that lets go of the whatchamacallit, the text function. Okay. Now, since I don't want this font to go to waste, I am going to move this guy. Move from the intersection. Oh, I'm sorry, not the intersection. Move. MO, was it? Move? Just M. Select the font, and then that's all that I want, so I'll say enter, and then it'll say where's the base point. The font that I just drew has a insertion point, so if I say INS for insertion point, if I get close to the font, it gives me that little symbol right there with the two little boxes. That stands for the insertion point. Okay, so click that, and now I can move that anywhere I want, and for now I'm going to move it to that intersection right there. Okay. Maybe I'll move it up 1/16 of an inch. I don't know. We'll fix this a little later. Okay, and then I could say as a title of my project, well, now that I have my font, I could change what is said on it. So if I double click on that font, it's going to take me into that that text, and I'll say Cube House. Okay, enter, and that lets me change the content of the font. Okay, now that is one size. I could also add another font or font size, font style. Yes, so if I'll say new again, and this time I'll say Arial 1/4. Oops, I'm not supposed to use that symbol, so -4. Okay. And this one I will change to a 1/4 inch text height. And apply. I will set this I could either set this as my current here, or after I close it, I could, well, let me close this. Close. Oh, it's already gone to my text style. I could select from here which text style that I would like. But right now I'm using the Arial font that is going to be 1/4 inch. Okay, so if I do the single font again, it's already telling me that this is going to be a 1/4 inch text height. And I could type in, or 0 is my angle. I could type in, what is it? My name, okay? Hit twice, enter key, and I'll just place it in here for now. Okay, we'll clean all this up a little later. Okay, so that's how you change or specify different text style if you do not want to use a standard one that's given to you. Okay. You can always take your standard font and modify that as well. So I could say scale, and then I should be able to say 2 times, and that'll be twice as big as the 3/16 now, right? And I could scale it down or whatever. So in any of the fonts, you can change the property of that font how you would like it. Now, if I go to if I select the font and then say CH for the properties, I can in here, what the hell? I can in here define what that font's going to be as well. So if I have here that is MPS text, line type scale is that, line weight is that, thickness is that, text over here. The height right now is 30 seconds. I could go over here and change that to, let's just say 1 inch. Okay, enter. And that you see that now that text has changed to 1 inch. The width factor, if I change that to 2, notice that it's going to get a lot wider now. Okay, the alignment and such, the position, that's where the thing is. Upside down, let's just say yes, and now my text is upside down. And if I select that thing and if I say change the miscellaneous to backwards to yes, I'll get this as backwards. Okay, so with that you can create a bunch of text into, delete that one, into anywhere on your page. That was for single line text. Now let's go to the annotate and work with this thing. If you expand that text button there will say multi-line text. If you select that option, you can click somewhere on the screen and make what is called a text box. Okay, so this you can start typing in whatever. And it should self-wrap. I guess it doesn't. Okay, so whatever you have, oh, it doesn't wrap because I have no space in these stuff. Space. Yes, if I add a few space, like a normal word, that might have done the trick. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I will close the text editor, and there I have my bunch of text. I could always change the column width, change the height if I had more, right? So this acts like a little box that confines your text, and you could move that onto your drawing somewhere. Okay, so that is for the simple text and for the simple simple setting of text style. We'll work with some other text style next.